Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to Thursday night's late night agenda. I'm your host Craig and you're all very welcome along to the show. I can see the chat is full already. God bless it when you schedule streams and people come in and there's actually people in the chat, because there's nothing more scary for a YouTuber than starting a video and looking at the chat. And I remember during the early days when we were here and you're just waiting for somebody to pop in to say hello to. But thankfully we're blessed that we've got a really good group of subscribers. Lots of people in already. Press MANÉ, Sean W, Mossy Hyo, Wool Wizard, Dodge, Kyle Martin, Sean W, Ethan Collins, Kyle, AJ, Joshua Hoy, Familiar to Billions, JXEXB, James Parks. Who else have we got in? Tyrone Fox, Willow, how are you? Will is in as well. Eric Warry, I think I've done that one already. An Alien, Tom Connolly, Manny Gaming, Gary, Boya, how are we, Boya? Great to see you in as well. Aaron Shaw, God, I'm going to miss somebody here. Bernadette Farrell, Angus Court, Fallen Marine, Aaron Carolyn, Philip Lane, Ben Smith, Objective Respect, Robbie, Ashy, Stanley Liverpool, Mossy, Aussie, Anthony Cronin, Mark Bullen, MJ, Subterfuges, Robert Milliken, Alison Harrison Mitchell, Boom Diamond Bullets, Sean O'Connell, Harry Price, Original Gunner, Subterfuges, Kyle Atkins, Billy Lar, KSI number 1 battle, Daniel Marr, Subi, and Alison Harlan Mitchell, and Morris Naldinho. I think I've got everybody. I've probably missed one or two. This is getting more difficult every stream, but I ain't complaining. I love it. I love that you guys have given us your time once again this evening. I hope you're all keeping well. What better place to start tonight than with the news that Liverpool's new home kit went on pre-release today. It seems Liverpool may have underestimated quite how much Reds fans love that damn keeper's kit. It seems as though if you're an adult and you want to order the short sleeve Liverpool keeper's kit, you're fresh out of fucking luck at the minute, because it seems that it is sold out on pre-release. Last time I checked, you can still get the long sleeve one in adults. Now, I'm not sure if the situation has changed over the past couple of hours, but as it stood, it seems that the keeper shirt, the home keeper shirt with the short sleeves, was so popular in adult sizes that it's gone. They had to put it down from the site because they were selling so many of them. Thankfully, I got in early enough today. I managed to order myself a new home shirt, of course in an extra large, because look at me, I'm a fat bastard. But I asked my little son Lucas, I said, dude, what do you want? Here are the jerseys. Without missing a beat, he wanted the goalkeeper's kit. So thankfully we managed to get Lucas the long sleeve goalkeeper's kit with the shorts and socks. He's over the moon. Looking forward to the release of those shirts on May the 9th. As promised, I will do an unboxing or unveiling or whatever you want to call it when the shirt arrives on the channel here. I can't promise you that Lucas's shirt won't be opened because he's a kid, and if the dude comes home and sees his little shirt, he's going to want to take it out. But yeah, it's great news, the new shirt. It looks even better when you see the proper pictures of it, when you see the players wearing it. Two-tone red, seems to be a little difference in the red at the top of the shirt with the pinstripe. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. Stevie Richards, I can see you, mate. Ordered my new home shirt today. Craig, do you like the new kit? I do. I really, really do, mate. I love that it's darker than I was originally expecting, or maybe I was just wrong. Maybe I was naive, but I do love it. I do love the pinstripes. I like the nod to the 83-84 home kit. It's pretty damn sexy. The goalkeeper's kit, you're going to see a lot of people wearing that goalkeeper's kit because my goodness, it's nice. Boya, I seen one of your comments a few minutes ago, mate, and he said, Boya was saying, just spent the last hour recording and then realised I didn't hit the record button, mate, or didn't unmute it. I've been there, buddy. I've done an entire fucking podcast and then realised I hadn't hit record. There is nothing more frustrating as a content maker, buddy. So I felt your pain when I seen it there. Right, come on, Spurs, be fit to beat City. Yeah, look, we'll look ahead to that as well. We will, of course, talk about all the news. We'll talk about the ticketing situation for the semi-final against Barcelona. There is a lot for us to get through, but to start off tonight, I thought we'd just have a conversation around the kit and see what everybody thinks. Mossy said, Craig, your channel is growing and getting better every day. Well done, mate. I'm over the moon. I'm not lying. I'm going around on cloud 9 right now. I'm having chats with the missus and I'm baffled, but I'm pleased and I'm humbled that the channel has grown and that people are coming in. Didn't think it was going to happen. Hoped it was going to happen, of course, but it's brilliant. It's been such a great, fun season, and I hope it continues. I hope we've something at the end of this. I hope we're lifting silverware at the end of it. That keeper's kit, said Will. Ooh, it is pretty sexy. My brother's getting the keeper's one, said C. Warrender. Is it Chris? Is it Chris Warrender? I keep forgetting if that's your first name, buddy. Do I like the new kit? Yes, I certainly do. Lucas, the next Allison. Oh, mate, I wish. Well, I mean, he could take after his daddy, but be better than his daddy. Craig, the 4-1 is still there. Where? Where? Oh, look at me. I do need to remove this as well, don't I? Oh, yeah. Sorry, mate. I see it. I see it. You're right. The 4-1 is still there. Thank you. There you go. Look, I fixed it. Thank you. Good show. Let me remove the Liverpool subs as well, because that showed you how late I was. I didn't even get a chance to remove that part. So let me just get that off, and then we'll get straight back into tonight's show. Sorry guys, I forgot to delete the Liverpool subs from last night. There we go. Hopefully that works a bit better. Okay, there you go. Sorry, that was my bad, but thank you for pointing that one out to me. Bob Paisley printed on the shirts his signature, actually. It is class, a touch of class. Bob Paisley would have been 100 years of age this year, so to have his signature on the inside of the collar of the shirt is an absolute touch of class by the club. Again, I love that you guys looked out for me there to let me know about that. Nick, you're a top man. Thank you for letting me know about the 4-1. And Daniel as well. A couple of people have mentioned it. Yeah, look, I was late. Sorry. But you guys are my saviours as always. Love the new kit, love the tribute to Bob Paisley, said Douglas James Horn. Thank you very much for the super chat, buddy. I hope you've got a new kit on the way. Once the kit does get released and it's actually available for sale and all that, I'm sure we'll run a competition. I'm sure we'll give away one of those kits to one of you guys. I'm sure we'll do it probably a couple of times over the summer, so do keep an eye on the channel. When the kit gets properly released, I'm sure we'll do something. Sonia Wee said in Ireland or UK. I'm not sure what you mean, Sonia, and which one, buddy. Let me just check back. I might have missed one of your comments. Craig, a proper Liverpool personality. You deserve the credit. Thank you, Raju. I'm just a fan, mate. The same as you, Billy, Jason, anybody in the chat. This is a community, and that's what I keep saying. All in all, I just want to bring people together to talk about the club that we all love, and thankfully people are digging what we're doing at the minute. But most importantly, people are loving the fact that when they come into the chat, they're met with kindness, with warmth and with friendliness from our amazing subscribers. So it's down to you guys that the channel's grown. Not me, not Connor. We can do our bit, but really what we're doing is no different to many other channels. We're just lucky that we managed to pull together a group of people who are like-minded and like having a bit of fun. And don't mind this bald Irish idiot swearing a lot to camera, because that's important. It's your birthday, Ailish. Happy birthday to you, Ailish Dwyer. Happy birthday indeed. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I don't even know fucking where the rest of that song is. That's the only part of that song I know. Loads of people's birthdays lately, which is great. I love to see people happy, celebrating, having fun. Yes, let's get to the talk about the Champions League tickets. So the first leg of the Reds Champions League semi-final against Barcelona is confirmed to take place at the new camp on May the 1st, Wednesday, May the 1st, with the second leg scheduled to take place at Anfield on Tuesday, May the 7th. So, just to confirm, first leg, new camp, 1st of May, second leg, semi-final, second leg, how delicious does that sound, at Anfield on Tuesday, May the 7th. Both games will kick off at 8 PM British Standard Time. And I assume that the club will be doing a screening of the game at Anfield for the first leg. So keep an eye on LiverpoolFC.com to check out for those tickets, because I can't get over to it because I can't abandon the channel. But if you have a chance to get over to the screening of the semi-final at Anfield, I highly recommend you do it, because it's pretty damn fun. We were there last year for the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and it was great. If you can get to it, do. A little bit of an issue with the ticketing for this, in that Barcelona have pulled the usual scam or stroke that Spanish clubs pull, and I don't like seeing this shit happen. Barcelona are charging travelling Reds €119 per ticket. That's right, €119 per ticket. Spanish clubs seem to be taking the piss when it comes to European games like this, and we're not the first club Barcelona have done this to. They did it to Manchester United as well, I believe, in the quarterfinals, although I can't quite remember the price. But €119 for a ticket is piss taken. It really, really is piss taken. And I hope the club do what Manchester United did, and I hope the club flip that right around on them so their fans have to pay for it. Or Liverpool use the money that's going to be brought in from the ticket sales to Barcelona fans maybe to subsidise the travelling Reds, because €119 is absolute fucking robbery. Absolute robbery. I don't care if it's a semi-final of a Champions League. It's a game of football. €119 to charge fans that are already having to travel over to Spain. And I wouldn't like to see it done to the Spanish fans coming over here if it wasn't initiated by Barcelona. So, look, never like to see fans getting fucked over in football. I just personally think 119 quid is way too much to ask people to pay. 119 quid, a Man City fan could almost buy a coffee with that, said Keane Rainsford. Don't be silly, Keane. They have no fans. They can't buy imaginary cups of coffee. Right, what else have we got? Liverpool versus Ajax. 2 past masters, said Pragmaverts. Craig, fuck Barcelona, fuck Messi, and fuck City, said Stephen Richards. Damn right, mate. Damn right. Right, people want to know about this swap deal. So let me get straight to it. I know you guys want to know about it. Where is it? Right, so Spanish media outlet. Oh God, how am I going to pronounce this one? El Chingurito? Or El Chigurito, I think that's how they pronounce it. They claim that Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool have asked for £173 million and Vinicius Jr. when Real Madrid made an inquiry for Sadio Mane last summer. So Madrid came in and said to Liverpool, name your price for Sadio Mane. Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool decided, 1, fuck you, he ain't for sale, but if you want a number, here's a number, £173 million plus Vinicius Jr. valuing Mane at over £200 million. I don't know, Google it. If you think I'm making it up, Google it. It is printed, it is in the media. It's good to see that Liverpool aren't bound down. Liverpool aren't bound down to Barcelona, to Real Madrid's anymore. We have our front three tied down to long-term deals. They all signed improved contracts last summer. If anybody wants to come in and buy one of our boys, 1, you ain't getting them. But 2, if for some reason you manage to unsettle them, just know that Liverpool are going to charge you the sun, moon and the fucking stars to try and get these players. I'd like to imagine the scenario if Madrid are sitting there and Liverpool go, oh yeah, no, £173 million, and Madrid are going, oh, mate, and Vinicius Jr., dickheads, if you want this to happen. So yeah, so that's what the headline's about tonight. That's what the title of the stream is. Let me know your thoughts on it. He's not going anywhere. None of them are going anywhere. We're going to add to our squad this summer. We're not going to pull it apart. Liverpool are building for the future. But Craig, Man City need cups of coffee or just cups, they don't have any. Did you see the video? There's a video gone around on Twitter of a Manchester City fan who'd obviously left the empty had when Raheem Sterling had scored that soon-to-be taken away goal. And he was strolling out of the stadium and a guy comes up to him with a microphone. I assume he was from a Manchester City channel or something, and said, so how are you feeling after that? And your man said, what do you mean? We won, we're through. And he said, nah, the goal was ruled out, pal, sorry. And you can see the look just drain from the dude's face when he realised, uh-oh, we're fucked. James Parks wants a prediction for the Barcelona match. I think we're going to beat them. James over 2 legs. Their attack is great, of course. Messi, Suarez, Coutinho, Dembele, absolutely great attack, but their defence is absolutely shambolic. We have a much stronger defence than Barcelona from a defensive perspective. Yeah, Jordi Alba's great going forward and all that, but I think we'll beat them. I think we'll be too quick for them on the counter-attack. I think we'll be too clever for them. And if we can leave Barcelona scoring away from home, even 1-0 down or 2-1 down, I should say, or something, I still fancy Liverpool to go and win this tie over 2 legs. I very much doubt Liverpool and Klopp said what the Spanish mouthpieces for Real said. Fuck all these media outlets, mate. I'm with you. I'm sick of hearing about Marca. I'm sick of hearing about them all saying, oh, Real Madrid are going to go and buy everything. No, they're not. No, they're not. They really aren't. Clubs aren't going to just bend over anymore and say, okay, take what you want. Not going to happen. I don't like the idea of swapping players, said Alex Redo. It's actually quite unusual in top level football. It doesn't actually happen too much. But you might be able to beat Barca, but can you beat Messi? Yes, of course. Of course we can. Lots of respect. Messi's the GOAT as far as I'm concerned. Without a shadow of a doubt. Love the guy. But I just think we're stronger throughout the course of our team. I think we're stronger, we're fitter, and I just think we'll have a little bit too much for them, particularly with our front three going up against that defence. I mean, yes, they have Messi, we have Van Dijk. Do you know what I mean? We have Van Dijk. He's our centre half. He's our number 4. Who do you think will get next season, Nike or Adidas? I want Adidas. I would probably lay bets on Nike, official YC, if I had to put money down. But you know what? I hope New Balance come in last minute and go, nah, we're matching this. We really love working with Liverpool. We're selling a lot of shirts. We're matching them. And I hope so. But if I had to pick between Nike and Adidas, I'd go with Adidas or Adidas. I'm sorry, I always mispronounce. Family Fun reckons first leg 2-1, second leg 1-0. Douglas James Horn, Newcastle versus Liverpool is now Saturday the 4th of May due to the second leg being moved. Manchester City versus Leicester may be moved. James Pearce announced that. Thank you, Douglas James Horn. Thank you very much. Or just Douglas. I'm just going to call you Douglas now on it. That's okay. Thank you very much, mate. You're always really good to me with news like that, and I do appreciate it. And of course, I appreciate the super chats as well, mate. Thank you. You look like Ming the Merciless in the Avatar. I do. I know. You're right there. And a couple of people have said that to me before. A fat Ming the Merciless, but maybe a Ming the Merciless nonetheless, mate. You are spot on. When you're right, you're right. Coutinho back at Liverpool? I don't think so, buddy, but he deserves better. Even though he left, and the way he left, it hurt. But he deserves better than the treatment he's getting from those Barca fans. It might let other players think, do you know what? Why would I go over to Spain like that? Let's use Mane as an example, for instance. So Mane's looking at Real Madrid. Real Madrid have an interest in him, and he's going, great stadium, storied club, lots of Champions Leagues, possible chance of winning the Spanish League. But their fans are dickheads at times, and they're fickle, and they boo, and they throw things, and they moan, and they wave away handkerchiefs, and they just don't like players when they're not doing all the fancy tricks and things, and if it's not going their way, they let the players know about it. Or I could stay at Liverpool, where I'm idolised, where the cop back me, where I'll be an absolute hero if we win things here. That's the way I like to think players look at it these days. That Coutinho situation should serve as a warning to any other player that wants to leave. And I'm not just saying Liverpool in this. I mean, most clubs in the Premier League are very backing of their players. So I think there's a lot to be said for staying in England. I think the English League is probably the strongest league in the world at the moment. Liverpool, Spurs in the Champions League semi-finals. We've got Arsenal and Chelsea after progressing through in the Europa League as well. So English clubs are doing well, even if it's in the Emmerdale Cup. Hey Craig, both Le Sport, or was it Le D Sport, and L'Equipe have reported this week Liverpool have inquired about Lille's Pepe. I've read, of course I've read this, Connor, mate, but Real Madrid apparently interested in him as well. But look, of course you've read that, because Real Madrid are signing everybody in the world if you read everything in the media. Barcelona got slapped in a friendly. Mane's for a season. Suarez and Messi played too, said Pragmaverts. Right, guys, I'm going to get through as many of your wonderful comments as I can. Mane isn't going. No, he's not. You're right, family fun. And we'll win the Champions League and he'll want to stay. He's not going anywhere. It's just people trying to unsettle our players once again. Huddersfield jumper, Craig, question mark. I don't know what you mean. Huddersfield jumper? I don't have any Huddersfield jumpers, mate. Maybe I've lost something in translation here. Who's the swap deal for Mane? I've just said, buddy, you might have missed it. We were talking about Vinicius Jr. and 173 million is what apparently Real Madrid were quoted by Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp. Although I don't believe any of it, to be fair. I do not believe any of it. I'd imagine they go, oh, you want Mane? Go fuck yourself. And hang up the phone. That's what I pretty much imagine happened. Boya said, what you're saying about Coutinho just sounds like an echo of Mahrez. Yes, sometimes, mate, people need to just realise, stay where you are, you're doing okay, the crowd love you, you'll get a decent wage. I hope players learn this at times. Phantom Cross said, well, Craig, Mane won't leave us. He said he wants to be a legend at Liverpool, and he's on the way, mate. He's definitely on the way. He keeps improving. This season is best season in the Premier League, I believe, and he's been absolutely fantastic for the Reds again. That Coutinho goal versus United, missed those shots, said Pragmaverts. Yeah, it's weird though, when we look back about situations like that, sometimes we look back and we look through things with red tinted glasses. How many of those type of shots did Coutinho send into the stands or wide as well? Whilst he did stick a few top bins, there was an occasion there where he was having pot shots from everywhere. Suarez will get a good reception at Anfield. Yes, I'd imagine he will, as will Coutinho, I think, because Liverpool fans, I'm not sure about Coutinho. I think Suarez will, though. It'll be interesting to see. But look, Liverpool fans are respectful anyway. Matthew Jackson said, Madrid final written in the stars for us to win it there after last season. Yeah, the Wanda Metropolitano, Atletico's new ground, is a lovely ground as well. I think it's out near the airport in Madrid, if memory serves. I remember reading something about it when they were opening the stadium. The winner of the semi-final between Barca and Liverpool will win the Champions League, I think, said Sharul. I think you're right, mate. I think it's the stronger side of the draw, and whilst in a final it's a one-off, anything is possible. Yeah, you got to favour the winner of the Liverpool-Barcelona tie. Steph, how are you? Good evening to you as well, mate. Turned on Sky Sports News this morning. Their big screen was Liverpool uncharted territory to make us nervous. VAR controversy. Yes, Luke, I get you. It was. They like to say as well, they like to say how much VAR played an influence of the fact City got knocked out as well. City got knocked out correctly because Spurs deserved to tie. The goal was offside. Tough shit, it was offside. So they can cry about it all they want. They can whinge about angles. Pep Guardiola can talk about different angles for Llorente's handball goal or whatever he wants to moan about because they haven't got a fucking ounce of class between them. Last year it was us trying to can at the bus. This year it's VAR. Do they ever just accept a defeat and go, congratulations, best of luck to you in the final or in the semi-final? You got the better of us over 2 legs, fair play to you. No, they don't. We beat them 5-1 last season and they still whinged about it over the course of 2 legs. That, oh, they were robbed, the bus being smashed up, everybody's fault but our own, sending Pep to the stands, incorrect offsides. Just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. You're never ever going to win the Champions League, Man City. I've been saying this for the last couple of seasons. Manchester City and PSG will not win the fucking Champions League anytime soon. Any truth in this Salah transfer request? No. I'll have a little bit of news on that for you as well. The agent of Mohamed Salah, the agent of Mohamed Salah, Rami Abbas Issa, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, has hit back at reports that his client has asked to leave Liverpool. It was said that Liverpool's owners agreed to facilitate his departure if he still felt the same way when the summer transfer window opens. However, Rami Abbas Issa has responded to the rumour with a simple 8-word message, talking out of their AS again, I see. Because it was AS was the name of the media outlet that reported this, and Salah's agent has come out and said, nah, not happening, talking out of their AS again, I see, which is beautiful. I love what he did there, fair play to him. He seems to have a good sense of humour, that guy. Mohamed Salah is going nowhere. Mohamed Salah is at a football club that it's in its second Champions League semi-final in a row. Nearly had a slip of the tongue, nearly said final. We're fighting for the Premier League. The gentleman's after being at the front of Time magazine on the cover. Wonderful cover as well. Lovely interview with him. His profile has risen dramatically. His football has gone to a new level under Jurgen Klopp's stewardship. Why the hell would he want to leave Liverpool Football Club? Nah, he's going to stay here and put his name down in folklore. Done the transfer news already. The grass isn't always greener. Whose comment was that? Because it was spot on. Let me just scroll back up. Where was it? Sorry, I think I've lost it. Somebody said the grass isn't always greener, but you're right. Apologies if I've forgotten who it was. Last club to beat City in FA Cup final began with a W. I don't know, mate. Sturridge for Saha. Well, why we won't get anything for Sturridge, mate. He's going on a free at the end of the season because his contract's up. Jurgen won't let Coutinho come back. I doubt it. I mean, I doubt he will, mate, because of the way he left. I agree with you. Do you think we should play Genie in the 6th rod the weekend and give Fabinho a rest? Absolutely not, Connor. 100% no. Fabinho has to start every league game. The league's the bread and butter for me. We have to keep that pressure on Manchester City. I know it's great being in the Champions League semi-final, but it's the Premier League that we all want, really, if we're being honest with ourselves here. It's been too long since a club like Liverpool won the Premier League. On that, I told you guys that I did some filming, was it the week before last, for 888 Sport. The first part of that filming came out today. It's on the 888 Sport Twitter page. I have the link here. I'm going to post it into the chat now. If anybody wants to click on it and have a look, do so. It's basically, the segment was entitled Why Opposition Fans Don't Want Liverpool to Win the League. So it was me basically defending Liverpool against expressions from Spurs, a Manchester United fan and a Manchester City fan. And I was fighting the corner of Liverpool to say basically, you're all just jealous. Fuck you. This club is massive. Deal with it. I hope you like the segment. If you get a chance, please go over, comment on it. Share it as much as you can on social media as well, because the more traction it gets, you never know, they might ask me back over again, and that would be brilliant. So it's gone into the chat there. If you guys do share it, that would be great. Thank you. Barca are starting the shithousery again. Fuck them, Dave. Do you know what I mean? They're going to start it. They're going to be linked. You're going to see now, between the semi-final, now and the time the semi-final starts, you're going to see 2-3 of our players maybe linked to Barcelona. And you're going to see them trying to unsettle our players, and you're going to see the Spanish media getting behind them, and there's going to be sly digs, and there's going to be talk about everything. They're going to do everything they can to try and undermine Liverpool before this. City might win the treble, FA Cup, Community Shield and the Carabao Cup, said Pragmaverts. Vinicius Jr., another Robinho in world football. Oh my god, that is so funny, Sherrill. I thought the very same thing when I seen him, and I haven't seen enough of him yet, but he does seem like a bit of an overhyped player so far. But look, maybe I'm wrong. Besiktas swap for De Gea for Karius. Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. Who's Mane getting swapped for? He's not. The whole thing was, maybe you guys have gone over this and maybe I'm too far behind in the chat, but Real Madrid last summer inquired about Sadio Mane, and apparently, according to this media outlet, Liverpool said if you want Sadio Mane, it's £176 million plus Vinicius Jr., making the deal worth well in excess of 200 million. So that's what you're reading. That's what the title of the stream is. Basically, it was Liverpool telling Real Madrid to get stuffed. What else we got? Boya said, I just hope Barca don't win it. They won't, mate. We're winning it. It's all good. Why do Barca keep expanding the new camp? It's already too big for them to sell out, and they can't keep it in good condition. They're looking to redo the entire thing, I think, mate. The thing, I remember seeing Barcelona players talking about the new camp, and they were saying that like a good percentage of the people that are over there are just tourists who just come over for the city and to see the stadium and stuff. So I don't know how much of a loyal following there are there. I'm not sure. Do you think City getting knocked out of the Champions League will help us in the league or be a disadvantage for us? I've been thinking about this all day, mate, and I've come to the conclusion that this is my honest opinion, so don't hate me, people. Please, I'm just trying to be honest. I fully believe if Manchester City get through the game against Spurs and the game against Manchester United and they take maximum points, I think they'll win the league. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to be honest. Looking at the rest of their fixtures after that, I know they've got Leicester. That could be a difficult game, but it is at the Etihad. Last game of the season, they're away against Brighton, who will 99% be safe at that point. Yeah, I just think it's down to these next two games. If City drop a single fucking point in these next two games, we're winning the league, because I don't see us losing any games or dropping a single point. I think we'll go on and win the last 4 games. Whatever happens in the Champions League will happen. But to me, it's down. And I'd love to know what you guys think. Do you think that these 2 next games for Manchester City will decide the title? Let me know in the chat, please, if you can. Playing Spurs in the final, we're lucky enough to get through, will be boring, said Brian Morrissey. Has Pep failed to deliver? Yes, is the short answer. I don't give a shit what Guardiola says. I don't care if he says he was brought in or he wasn't brought into Manchester City to win the Champions League. He absolutely was brought into Manchester City to win the Champions League, because that's why you go after a manager like Pep Guardiola, to get that Champions League, that European Cup that the owners crave so much because they feel like it would give them some form of respectability. Well, it won't. Because if by some miracle they ever manage to win a Champions League, it will be tainted, because we all know what's gone on there. We all know the way the club's been funded. I'm not going to say too much more on that because I don't want to get in trouble. Craig, I read about Barca charging away fans €119 and Liverpool will do the same. Is this true? The first part, yes. The second part, I don't know, but I fucking hope so, because I'd like to see Liverpool do what United have done. Charge them exactly what they're charging us, but use that money to subsidise the travelling Reds so that they can get their tickets a little bit cheaper. Was talking to a City fan today. He said his United mates told him that Ole will rest players for the City game next Wednesday. How the fuck is he going to know that, to be fair? He's talking out his arse. They go on sometimes like United haven't got a Champions League place to fight for. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be absolutely fucking lynched if he doesn't play his strongest team for that game. United have something to play for there, particularly if Manchester City beat Spurs on Saturday. Then that means that it's really open for United to nip in and take a top 4 place. So I don't buy into this, the fact that they're just going to rest them. It's nonsense. Darren said, saw the chat with the Man U, City and Tottenham fans. Man U and City fans were a fucking joke. Expressions, the Spurs fan, he's a top lad. I tell you what, I had so much fun that day recording with him, We were having some great chats off camera as well. He is an absolute force of nature. I love the guy. We were messaging back and forth as well last night, actually, throwing some congratulations around because, you know, both clubs qualified for the semis as well. So yeah, nothing but love for expressions. The other two, decent enough fellas. I've absolutely no respect for Manchester City as a club. And when it comes to Manchester United, hands on the table, I'd much rather be chatting to Mark Goldbridge about Manchester United than anybody else, because I like Mark Goldbridge. Not that I dislike Adam, I just didn't get on with him as well as I do with Mark Goldbridge. So for me, if I'm going to talk Manchester United with anybody, there's only one man to do it with, and that's Mr. Goldbridge. The City Brian, that 888 video was... Where was he gone? Sorry, where's that comment? Sorry, I'm going to find that comment again. Where is it gone? This chat keeps moving. Where was that comment? Sorry, guys. Yeah, I think I've lost it. I don't know. Sorry, whoever's comment it was, I think I've lost it. Connor said, smash the subscribe button or I'll smash your face in. Now that was Connor, so feel free to go back at him with that one. He also says good evening to everybody. Craig, Klopp proved his quality by producing Fabinho out of thin air. None of us saw that coming. Stevie, mate, it was... How unusual is it when that happens? When you get a massive transfer like that none of the journalists had a sniff of. Peter Ortiz said, just watch the 888 segment. Well done, Craig. You can see that they're jealous. Thank you, mate. It felt like the Alamo, to quote Stephen Richards. It felt like I was in there and it was three lads just having a go at me and I'm trying to defend Liverpool's position on it, while at the same time really not giving a fuck about their opinions, because it's just jealousy. They're just worried about Liverpool. If Liverpool weren't relevant, if Liverpool weren't doing well, then they wouldn't be so worried about us winning the league. So close but yet so far for Manchester City, said Douglas. James Horn. Please, Drake, come to the Etihad this week. Show us your curse again. Please do, Drake. If you're watching, and Drizzy, I know you're watching, pal. Do you know what I mean? Hotline bling and all that jazz. Like I said, United and Spurs will take points off City, said Billy Dalton. Just watch the Craig, you held your own. The Tottenham fan was a caricature. Was he told to act like that? Honest to God, he is that way off camera as well. He is just... He's really nice. I have to say, he's so fucking nice. He's just a force of nature. I wish I had his energy and his... I don't know, some people, you know, they just have a big personality and they're just there. And Expressions was one of those type of dudes. It was great to get to meet him. Have you seen Ajax Delit spelled wrong? I don't know, mate. You think you were a G off, perhaps. Getting fans to sing at 17, he's a born leader. He is, and I'd love him at the club, Darren. I really would. A lot of people, I think, agreeing with me with regards to City and Spurs, United and Spurs being the only hope maybe to get points. Connor Crosby, don't forget that tattoo, said Stephen Richards. You're not getting away with it, Connor. Tottenham and Manchester United will kick Manchester City's ass and Liverpool will win the Premier League, said Damien Snowden. Cape Town Muslim said they're going to drop points somewhere, Craig. Don't know where, but they will. Believe. I always believe, mate. And like I say, a chip in a chair, while you've still got minutes on the clock, while it's still mathematically possible, you've got to believe. I fully believe we're not dropping any points, by the way. I absolutely believe we're winning our last 4 games. Sonia Ruiz said £775 for Liverpool Barca, the cheapest ticket. That must be on one of the travel agency sites or, you know, one of those resale sites, because that's a ridiculous amount of money, isn't it, Sonia? It's a ridiculous amount to ask someone to pay. If City win the next 2 games, they'll get too confident and maybe drop points. I did think about that as well, Thomas Gaiman. To be fair, you're making a good point. Awfully British. I think United will just roll over. Spurs is our last hope. I don't know, maybe I have a bit of hope that United will do something, or they'll try. They're at home. I can't imagine their fans are going to want their asses handed to them by City. Billy said, I think the same, Craig. We have to presume they're going to win their games by thinking that it puts pressure on them too, but I do believe there's one chance, and one chance we've got to keep winning. We do have to keep winning, mate. Got to keep piling that pressure on. Yesterday, by the way, ladies and gents, was a record-breaking day for the channel. So thank you to all our new subscribers, people that are giving us a chance, that are joining us for the first time. The watch-along yesterday did almost 55,000 views, which, whilst it's not a record for a watch-along that we've done, I think it's number 2. So that's amazing. But for subs, I think we gained 400 subscribers yesterday in one day, which is ridiculous, which is amazing. So thank you. If you're watching now and you're new and you're watching this on playback, please do keep hitting that button, because we want to see how far we can get this channel in our first year in existence. I don't know, I've given up trying to guess where we might be at the end of the season, but we do appreciate you all giving us your time. Joanne said, believe in Klopp we trust. Do you think City have more of a chance of winning the league now? I don't know. It depends how they react. They're going to come out in the public and they're going to say everything right. They're going to say that they're going to focus now and they're going to try and win the treble. They're going to say that everything is in their own hands. Guardiola is going to lie and say that he wants the Premier League more than the Champions League. All the nonsense that none of us will believe is going to be put out into the media. So yeah, there you go. When will Liverpool play again? Sunday, Kieran, 4:30 against Cardiff City, and I believe it's on television as well. I think it's on Sky Sports. Hope United beat Everton over the weekend. Be good to take points off City, said Cape Town Muslim. That's another one that we have to keep an eye on as well. Yeah, we do want United to keep winning as well. Well, at least win once before they play. So if they're playing, beat Everton, keeps the pressure on, means they've got something to play for going into that game against City. What else we got? Losing the game like that has a massive impact, Billy Dalton said, which I think you're right, mate. I hope they are. Craig, that video was brilliant. Thank you, mate. It's the first of, I think, 4 or 5 videos. So that one was, as I said, about why do Liverpool fans not want Liverpool to win the league. There was another segment that we filmed called Unpopular Opinion. Another one called The Tenor Says. And they'll be released, I think, one a week for the next few weeks over the last part of the season. So, again, if you guys can go on there, give the video a watch. And just share it, retweet it, comment, just to try and get the video out there as much as we can. Expressions, the king of punchlines. Yeah, he's good. He is good, to be fair to him. Do you think United will beat City next week? A deal, I think a draw might be possible. I can't see United beating them, if I'm being honest, but a draw I think is possible, yeah. I think a draw could be done, and I think a draw would be enough for us. I think if we even get a little, to use a kind of, I suppose, a shark analogy, if we get a drop of blood in that water, then, you know, we're going for it. How is that fair? City got 5 games to go and we got 4 games. Well, we both played 38 games, George. It's just with them having a more of an involvement in the FA and Carabao Cups, some of their fixtures had to be rescheduled, and they've got 5 games to go now and we have 4. But you know what? Points on the board and all that. So let's just wait and see what happens. We've got our points on the board. They've got to win their games now. They know one little slip up and they're fucked, because we're going to be right down their throats and we're not going to let up. We haven't let up and we won't let up. We're going to win the double. There you go. There you go, Harry. Good man. Spurs won't put in that much effort against City this weekend. Maybe a draw. That'll do. I'll take a draw. Spurs have a lot to play for as well. I mean, they can't guarantee they're going to go on and win the Champions League to get themselves qualified next season. They've got a job to do as well and secure top 4. That's what makes it so interesting for these next 2 games for City. Both the teams they're playing have top 4 ambitions and they really have to try and get something from the game. Plus Spurs are going to have good memories of the Etihad, aren't they? They won't hold any fears going there. Spurs got the better of City in the last 2 matches. There's no reason they can't do it again, said Joshua Fernandez. Who's moving from Liverpool? Thinking about this earlier on, mate, because I was in a WhatsApp conversation with somebody about it. I would guess, we know Sturridge is going, we know Moreno's going because their contracts are up. I would guess Simon Mignolet is going to move on. I have a feeling we'll see Dejan Lovren move on, although, you know, that could be wrong. Marco Grujic, I've said I think is going to go back out on loan again. Same with Harry Wilson. Origi is the interesting one. What do you guys want to happen with Divock Origi this summer? Would you like to see Liverpool hang on to him, perhaps look to extend his contract? Or do you think maybe it's time to try and cash in on him? Iranian Pride said Liverpool will win the Champions League and I'll be dancing on the streets nude. Good man. I won't be. Not nude. Nobody wants to see me nude. I'll probably throw a dance or two around alright, but I won't be nude. Unlike you, mate. You're probably in better shape than me anyway. Who do you think will make the top 4? Do you know what? That's probably not a question for me to answer. Why doesn't everybody in the chat answer that one? Liverpool, Manchester City aside, what other 2 clubs do you guys believe are going to make the top 4 this season? Please do comment in the chat. United are half a hope, said Jack's Page. United must have some pride, can't just fold over, said Sean W. I don't believe they're going to fold over. I really don't. If they get beaten on the day, fair enough, but they've something to play for in front of their own crowd. I don't see them just letting City have their way with them. I just don't see it happening. And as well, people keep asking me what I think about the Manchester City situation now and whether I think that it'll affect their league campaign. What do you guys think? Because this is your show, as I keep saying. I want to know what your thoughts are on Manchester City's scenario and how they're fixed for the rest of the season. Okay, bear with me. Ella said, Craig, got approached by an organisation about talking transgender in sport. They said I'm a role model, which is very nice, and honoured by the approach. Take it, Ella. That's brilliant. Look, I don't know you personally, but from what I know of you on here and the chats that we've had in the conversation, you seem a really down-to-earth, well-educated person that can speak and express themselves really well. So why not do it? And by all means, if you do it, let me know about it so I can help you publicise it, because I'd love to share whatever it is for you, whether it be on Twitter or on here. And I'm looking forward to see how you get on this season. I mean, as you said, you're going to be the first transgender person to play, I think it's League GAA games, is that correct? Which is amazing. And it just shows how far a little country has come. I mean, if you think back a generation ago, Ella, this country was run by the church, basically. And now, look, we've got gay marriage, we've got better transgender rights, the LGBTQ community have much more vocal support, and much more... what am I trying to say here? Apart from rights, I'm not trying to use the word rights, they've got much more of a voice, and it's beautiful. I just want love in this world, Ella, and in our little country. Who you love is your own view, is your own opinion. I just want love. The more love in the world, the better. Love's a beautiful thing. If you love somebody and somebody loves you, I don't care if it's a man and a man, a woman and a man, whatever. And I respect people's religious views and all that stuff, but I'm just someone that loves fucking love. And love can never be a bad thing in my eyes. So, again, Ella, take it up. Take the chances. Life gives you chances. Grab them with a scruff of the neck. Arsenal and Spurs and Chelsea, said Dodge 76 for the top 4. Arsenal and Spurs from the Revenite. Spurs and United for Morris Naldo. That's a cool name. Arsenal and Spurs for Phantom Cross. Arsenal and United for Family Fun. Don't really care, the title's all I want, said got cool. Nice. Spurs and United for Ella. I'd sell Shaqiri and make a profit, which is a good point, Tom. I actually forgot about Shaqiri. And we could double our money easily on Sheridan Shaqiri if Jurgen Klopp decides you'd like to move him on, but that's up to the manager. What else have we got? Arsenal and Chelsea for Sean Swain. Spurs and Manchester United for Tom Boland. And my chat has frozen, so let me just try and move this along a little bit. No to LGBT. Fuck you, mate. That's my answer to that. So you're getting booted out of the chat. Dwayne or Owain, excuse me, mate. I'm sure you probably hide behind your religious beliefs, but we show love and respect in the chat, mate. So to say no to LGBT, show massive disrespect to people who deserve your respect, mate. So I'm sorry I've had to remove you from the chat. It's just not good enough, pal. In society today, that type of behaviour is just not acceptable. What else have we got? Craig, Burnley might give City a game, said Mark Hendley. Imagine City ending up at 1 trophy, who knows? Actually, on this, I want to say something. Yesterday during the watch along, our mods do such a brilliant job, and I respect the hell out of you guys and the work that you do for the channel, so thank you. But sometimes it seems you guys, some people, may be a little bit too trigger happy. Just remember, only boo people out that are being abusive. If somebody comes in and says, for instance, Porto, I love Porto, don't boot them out. They're just sharing their opinion on a club. If somebody comes in and calls Liverpool shit, just let them have their opinion. Only boot them out if they're being abusive to me, to you guys. If they're saying something that might incite violence, or just really being a dickhead. Opinions are opinions, and people are allowed their opinions. So just try and be a little bit more less quick, maybe, to boot people out at times. If that's okay, I hope that's okay, because I do, as I said, appreciate the job everybody does, and I know everybody has the best of intentions. What else we got? What's the transfer news? I just joined. Rebecca, it was basically that Real Madrid inquired last summer about getting Sadio Mane, and Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool responded by saying 176 million and Vinicius Jr. Otherwise, do one. That's basically it in the nutshell. Steph said, well said, Craig. Love the stream. Thank you, mate. Best Buddies Community Shield is just a glorified friendly, said LFC Tim. Okay, what else we got? Love's the only rule, said Luke Skywalker. Yeah, mate. I mean, the world could do with more love. Love's never a bad thing. Craig, thanks for the kind words. We won our first game of the season last night. Didn't play as we're coming back from an injury. At least you've got something to look forward to, that first appearance. Great that you guys won your first game. I hope it continues to go well. What's your prediction against Barcelona? Said fun elite game in 5-6-1. Honestly, mate, I think we'll beat them over 2 legs. I'm not arrogant enough to think we'll breeze past them, but I honestly believe that we're stronger. But it's Barcelona with Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, Felipe Coutinho, Ousmane Dembele, Ivan Rakitic, Jordi Alba, Andre Ter Stegen. I mean, you could keep naming players. They're a very, very, very good team. But so are we. So I would say it's a 50-50 game. Second leg being at Anfield might just make the difference. I hope it makes the difference. How do you feel about playing Barcelona? Excited, Finley. I'm really, really excited. If you guys remember, before the Champions League quarter-final draw was made, they're the team that I said I wanted us to play. Barcelona coming to Anfield in Europe, second leg of a semi-final. That, as Jurgen Klopp kind of alluded to, that is what the Champions League is all about. They're the type of nights that we want at our club. And I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Craig, was it right of me to boot a person out yesterday for calling you a wanker? Wouldn't bother me too much, Scotty, but he was being abusive, yeah. So technically, I suppose you're right, mate. I am a bit of a wanker, though, to be fair, but it's okay you guys calling me that, because I love you guys. But that's, I'd say that one's probably all right, Scotty, mate. To be fair, do you think Gomez is going to play a big part in the run-in from here on? Yes, I actually do, mate. I think we might see him brought in at right back on a couple of occasions. I'm very interested to see what Jurgen Klopp does against Barcelona away from home. If he goes with Joe Gomez at right back, or if he'll go with Trent at right back. But it's great to have Trent available and back for the run-in, which is brilliant. Ian Skill said De Ligt coming to Liverpool maybe. From what I'm reading in the Dutch media, and I think somebody was speaking about Van der Sar or something. I don't want to misquote someone here, but they said it's more likely De Ligt ends up at Barcelona along with Frankie de Jong if a fee can be agreed. They were suggesting somewhere around 60 million quid, which for me in this market seems very cheap for De Ligt. I'd imagine somebody could blow them out of the water and put down more money than that for him. You're talking about a kid who's 18, 19 years of age. He's got the next 12, 13, 14 years ahead of him. I mean, it'd be if you buy him, you're getting a superstar. People around here saying Liverpool will swap Salah for Dybala. No, they won't. Salah's better than Dybala. Why would we swap him for Dybala when he's a better player? Now Dybala coming to Liverpool, I would absolutely take in a heartbeat. I'd love him to play in the 10 role, but there's no way we're getting rid of Mo Salah. Did you guys see the story as well? Connor sent this one on to me, that apparently Cristiano Ronaldo is throwing his toys out of the pram and threatening to leave Juventus already because he's not happy with the commitment of his fellow teammates in the Champions League or something along those lines. What's familiar to billions that Craig and other timed out? I'm not sure what you're talking about, buddy. I timed out the guy who was against LGBT rights, which, fuck that. That's not Not happening in our chat. Dijk going to Real, isn't he? From what I've heard, mate, it's Barcelona. But look, Real have been linked with everybody as well, so let's just wait and see. LFC team said, I wish the new goalkeeper kit was our away kit. It's weird. I don't understand why people, and Connor said the very same thing to me, I don't understand why people have this mad fascination with it. It's still a Liverpool kit. We can still buy it. If it's the goalkeeper's kit, you can still get it with short sleeves. So really, I know people want to see it on Mo Salah, from Firmino and stuff. I get that, but as fans, we can still buy it and wear it. So it's still nice to have that beautiful kit. If I were them, I'd sell Dijk for at least 87 million to best buddies. I think if we beat Barca, regardless of what Ajax do in their game, Dijk might just decide he wants to be at Anfield. Fingers crossed, John, mate. Fingers crossed. Let me just check my notes. I know there's a couple of other bits and pieces. There's been lots of reports from Germany actually over the past 48 hours or so saying that Timo Werner is likely to join Bayern Munich this summer. So I got a little bit worried when I read that, but then I flipped around and I looked at the English media, and there's been some reports from the English media saying that Liverpool have now made a play to sign Werner, and that Liverpool could in fact be the club that signed Timo Werner. So it's hard to know what to believe. And as you guys know, I'm a transfer hound. I love to sniff out as many transfers as I can, or transfer rumours or gossip. Timo Werner, it's quiet. And when it's quiet, it means to me somebody looks like they have a deal done. Whether it's Liverpool, whether it's Bayern Munich. It makes much more sense. If I'm RB Leipzig and I'm looking at a player that wants to leave the club, why strengthen a rival? Push him over to Liverpool. That makes much more sense to me. Rafa the Gaffer said Julian Brandt. I don't know, mate. I honestly don't know. We know he's got this £22 million release clause apparently in his Leverkusen contract. That's going to have every top club in Europe sniffing around Julian Brandt. He was the one that I thought would be much more likely to go to Bayern Munich than Timo Werner. So, I don't know. Let's just wait and see. Maybe there's some people in here that know a lot more about German football than me. Actually, I'm sure that there probably is. Did Salah sign a new contract? Yes. Salah, Mane, Firmino all signed new contracts last summer. Every single one of them tied down to new deals. They ain't going anywhere. No, Salah does not want to leave Liverpool. Just don't even entertain that in your heads. None of our front three are leaving this football club this summer. None of them. I think he'll be Liverpool player. Timo Werner said Liverpool Football Club. Ella said don't believe transfer rumours until the club announces them, which is probably the best way, but I can't help myself, Ella. I love reading about transfers. Craig, I know you're Irish, but do you support Argentina in international football? Nah, I don't really care about international football, mate. I just like the shirt. I've got the Argentina home and away shirt, the Colombia home and away shirt. Obviously, I've got the Ireland shirt as well. I'm trying to think of any more international shirts. I have a Mexico jersey in the wardrobe. I think I've got maybe one or two more international shirts floating about. I just like the shirts, mate. And today I just happen to be wearing the Argentina one. Some shirts I can't wear on camera with the green screen and stuff, which really annoys me because I've got the beautiful yellow home Colombia shirt from the World Cup that I can't wear, and the blue one that I can't wear because it interacts with the green screen and I just disappear. Brandt would be a good signing, said Stephen Richards. Felipe Anderson is the player I'd go for, but I very much doubt that we will, said LFC Tim. Salah's agent came out and trashed that rumour. Yes, he did. I spoke about it a few minutes ago. He said that they're talking now that they're AS again. And AS was the name of the media outlet that reported it. He basically said they're talking out their arse. It's not happening. Kev Wright said, anybody going to wait and see if we win the league before you buy the new home shirt? I mean, it would be worth the wait for the gold badge. I thought about that, Kev, but then I said, nah, I want the shirt because I'll get the badges. Even if they won't sell them in the club shop, there'll be somewhere that you can get those badges and add them onto the shirt afterwards. So I just couldn't help myself. I wanted the home shirt. I've signed Davy Crockett for the Alamo, said Stephen Richards. Nice. Let me just check any more notes before I push on. Done that one. Done that one. Done that one. Yes, I've done all my notes. Cool. The Columbia shirt is boss, said Stephen Richards. I love it. I've got the blue one and the yellow one, the home and away. Bought them over in Florida last year on holidays. I was in the Adidas store and they were on sale, so I was like, yes, I'll be having those. Thank you very much. I've wanted Nigeria top for time, but all I have is a Portugal top because I'm from there. I kind of wanted Jamaica one too. Yeah, that Nigeria top is pretty sexy. The World Cup one is gorgeous. Do you think the loss to Spurs in the Champions League will have an impact on Manchester City this Saturday? Hashtag watch along or question watch along. Watch along, no. It's too early for me. I can't do a watch along at 12:30 on a Saturday, unfortunately. One, because I'm too fucking lazy and I'll probably be asleep. But secondly, I just can't do it that day because I've got stuff on as soon as I do get up on Saturday. I will do the one during the week. I'll do the United Manchester City game, so I'll definitely be doing a watch along of that one, so I hope you can join me for that. Of course, I'll be doing a watch along on Sunday for the game against Cardiff. Again, I hope you can all join me for that one. Tomorrow night we'll be doing a preview show, so we'll have a proper look ahead to the game against Cardiff. So get your thinking caps on. I want to know, and save it for tomorrow, I want to know your team selections, your score predictions, all that type of stuff. Reece said, I'd love Ruben Neves at Liverpool. We seen Pep and Linders talking about Ruben Neves recently, Reece. He said that, I think Pep and Linders spent 7 years coaching at Porto, and he said that he's seen the kid's development over there. He knows how good he is. He knows he'd fit in the Liverpool system. I don't know if we're to read anything from this or if he was just being complimentary of a kid that he coached. LFC Tim said golden badges next season, lads. I really hope so, Tim. Really, really hope so. I wish I could hibernate and wake up on the last day of the season. But then again, I'd miss so many wonderful moments, but I just want to fucking know what happens with this league title. Stick a blackboard behind it so you can wear the shirts. A blackboard? Will that help? That's interesting, Joanne. I honestly didn't know. It's too big, the green screen, by the way, to fit a blackboard. The green screen's about 7.5 foot wide, about 4 foot tall, something like that. What about Neves as a target? Said Ben Rolfe, as I just spoke about him, mate. The thing about Neves that makes it interesting is I can absolutely understand him coming in as a pivot for Fabinho, as a replacement if we rest Fabinho. But at the same time, when I think about that and Liverpool potentially bringing in Ruben Neves, it draws me back to thinking about Marco Grujic and what happens with him. Because I honestly believe Marco Grujic is going to come and be one hell of a player when he gets more experience. So bringing in Ruben Neves would probably push aside Marco Grujic. So yeah, we always have to think about the younger players as well that are coming through, that the club have invested time, money and belief in. And it seems that Jurgen Klopp really does have a plan for Marco Grujic. So I don't know how much of a hindrance that would be to him. Craig, I think we'll win the Premier League. What about you? I hope so. Craig Weston, I really fucking hope so, mate. I can't say I think we will yet because it's not in our own hands. So I'd just be guessing. As soon as it becomes in our own hands, so if City draw one game, we're winning the fucking league. I'm absolutely convinced of that. But if they don't drop points, we're going to end up losing the title to a team that have not dropped a single point since January, which was the 2-1 loss to Newcastle. So if Manchester City win this Premier League, they're probably going to have to do it going from January to May without dropping a single point. You don't have to introduce everybody. I almost fell asleep there. What the fuck? Carl, go fuck yourself. Kiss my ass. Don't tell me what to do on my own channel. I have a history of introducing people because these people take the time and effort to comment on my chat and come in, and I feel it only right to say thank you and say hello to them, mate. If you nearly fell asleep, then just fucking fall asleep, mate, and bash your head repeatedly off the fucking keyboard on the way out, because I don't give a fuck what you have to say, you smarmy little prick. Where has he gone? I want to boot that gobshite out. Imagine coming on and thinking you can actually tell somebody what to do on their own channel, you stupid fuck. If anybody can find that comment for me, please just remove him, any of the mods, because I can't find it now. And I couldn't be arsed spending time going back through it because it's taking time away from you guys. Craig said I've said goodnight 3 times but can't leave the stream. It's great having you here, Craig, and I hope you're keeping well. Liverpool versus Barca, first leg 1-1, second leg Liverpool wins, said James Parks. Craig bought the 65-inch, a little brother a 43-inch for the bedroom. Did something similar, Steve, and myself. But once again, mate, you seem to have gone bigger than me. I think I've got a 41-inch in the bedroom and a 55 in the sitting room. But you're a baller, Steve, and I'm just a poor old YouTuber. Well said, Craig. Thank you very much, Aurelian Pride. I just don't get it. Honestly, I've said it to you guys again. I read your comments and I say hello to everybody because sometimes I come in here and people have been in the chat for 15-20 minutes before the stream starts. People take the time to give us their thoughts, and if I can't say hello to them after them taking all that time, nah, not gonna happen. Sorry, I respect our subscribers too much. Get your ass into that garage and get that time machine working. I wish I could, mate. I wish I could. 14 consecutive wins if Manchester City win the next 5 games, said Craig Weston. This channel is the best, said Ben Roll. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. Sorry, just trying to get through more comments. Thank you. I think Joshua, booted that guy out. I think it was him. Yes, thank you. Thank you to everyone who alerted me to the gobshite's name. Yeah, don't just hide him out for 300 seconds. Literally remove him from the channel so he cannot comment again. Because if he comes back in 300 seconds, we're all just wasting our time. We have to do it again. I never knew the new kit was to remember Bob Paisley, said Gareth Roddy. Yeah, it was a class touch, mate, wasn't it? Having a signature on the inside of the collar. It's going to make it extra special. I'm really looking forward to seeing this kit up close. Yeah, it's a nice touch, a classy touch again. I like it. It's why I like New Balance, and I know the club will have worked with them on this, but it's a nice touch. FA Taser FN said, I feel with our constant improvement every year, by the time Grujic has matured and experienced, we will already be attracting world-class talent and some of the best midfielders in the world. Yeah, it's a fair comment, mate. I just think, as a club, it's nice to have that link to younger players coming through. It's always nice to see one or two. And look, they have to be good enough first and foremost. But it is nice to see younger players coming through. And if you're looking to attract the best youth players in the world as well, you always want to show them a pathway through from perhaps the under-18s, the under-23s, through to the first team. We've seen that pathway with Trent. We're looking at it now for other youth players as well that are coming through. We spoke about Nat Phillips. That young left back that's coming through is Adam Lewis. Then of course we've got Keanu Hoover as well now, who's going to progress very quickly. Bobby Duncan as well, and there's a few more I could mention. Yeah, so you always want to show that there's a pathway through. In other words, kids, top talented young footballers won't come to the club because they'll end up like a Manchester City perhaps, where very few are getting through. Some of them, yes, they're getting moved on, but very few of them. Foden possibly you could use as an example. What about Hazard? Is he still going to Madrid? I'd imagine so, mate. I'd imagine so. We need an explosive number 10 who can interchange on the flanks during attacks to bedazzle. I like what you've done there. Bedazzle opposition, said Pragmaverts. Will you be streaming the Cardiff Liverpool game? Absolutely, Camsey. We do every single Liverpool game. Well, we try to do every single Liverpool game, mate. What you think of Klopp this season? I mean, he's been brilliant, Bakar. It's very difficult to give a final judgment when we don't know how the season will finish, but Liverpool are going to break 90 points in the Premier League. I think that's fair to say. That's amazing. That is an amazing achievement in itself, and might not win us anything in the league, which will be an absolute kick in the nuts, but to break 90 points shows you what type of improvement we've had. Last season, I think we finished 23, 24, maybe even more behind Manchester City. This season, we've closed that gap. We're technically ahead of them as we stand, albeit we could be a point behind them, but we've gone stride for stride, punch for punch with Manchester City. Probably the strongest squad in Premier League history. We're in the Champions League semi-final for the second season in a row. I think Jurgen Klopp has done a wonderful job at this football club. He has put us back to the top table in world football, where we belong. And a lot of that has been down to him. Of course, he's had amazing support by the owners. They've been very clever in the way they've gone about things. Michael Edwards has played an absolute blinder as well. But Jurgen Klopp, I have to put it down to Klopp. I just do. I think he's been the factor that's changed our fortunes more than anybody else over the past 6, 7, 8 years. I know Klopp isn't here that long. I'm just talking about the ownership and stuff. Our best midfield at the moment, Craig, mine is Hendo, Fabinho and Oxlade-Chamberlain when he comes back. As things stand with the players that we have available right now, Fabinho, Henderson. If Keita keeps playing the way he is, I'd go Keita, but you know, Gini's been fantastic, had a very consistent season. So one of those two, I'm on the fence on which one at the moment. Damien Snowden said Liverpool are going to win the Premier League no matter what happens. Manchester City are shitting themselves. Let's get revenge on City for 2014, said George. We have the best owners in the world, said Alex Redda. Wow, we've come a long way from the whole nonsense with the FSG outers and all that stuff. And look, I know they're probably still not for everybody, but they've done a good job. They have done a very good job with this football club. There's things we still want them to do. We want the Anfield Road end extended, of course, and a few other bits and pieces, but overall I think they've been very good. David Lone said Jomez on for 40 minutes, I reckon, which, yeah, that's a good show. I think he's gonna have to get minutes under his belt. It was great to see him coming on over in Portugal. Maybe we will see him get some minutes against Cardiff City. Yeah, it's great to have him back though, isn't it? Just imagine how good it would be if City lose all the remaining games. Just one will do me, Luke, mate. Just one. Ox won't be his best till next year, which I absolutely agree with, Andre. I've been saying for a long time, I don't want people to have this thought in their head that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is going to just come back from that injury this season and be phenomenal. He has an entire pre-season to build up. He has to get strength in his legs. He has to get into a rhythm, and that probably won't happen this season. Full pre-season under his belt, ready to go for next season, and we'll have Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain back firing on all cylinders. I love the kid. I love having him at the club. He's one of the most media-savvy footballers as well that I've ever seen. But at the same time, he's genuine. He's a genuinely nice guy. You can't fake that. He comes across too well for that to be faked. When is Oxlade-Chamberlain back? He's getting more minutes in his legs, James, for the under-23s. I think he's come through a couple of games now for them. I think, did he get an hour in his last one, maybe? Manchester City going to lose against Leicester, said Damien. I've been impressed with Naby's energy these recent weeks, said Tom Jones. I love reading your name out, mate. Every time I think it's not unusual. Every single time without fail. When I say your name, I get in my head there, it's not unusual. And then the Carlton dance as well. I have that every time I read your name. Imagine City drawing their last game. Oh, can you imagine that? Aguero, it's 1-1 at the Amex. Is that what it's called? It's 1-1 at the Amex. Last minute. Ball drops in the box. Aguero! Oh shit, no, he's missed. Oh well, Liverpool win the league. That'll do. Would you play Gomez instead of Matip against Barcelona? I don't know. I've said, Mark, I have a sneaking suspicion we might see him at right back away against Barcelona because Klopp has form for that. But I don't know. I don't like seeing Matip dislodged when he's playing so well. For me, he's earned that shirt, and while he's in possession of the jersey and playing so well, I'd probably keep him there. Thomas said Naby's great but needs a little more confidence and discipline in the field. Fabinho seems to have found his calm. Yeah, Fabinho's been amazing, hasn't he? I mean, wow. Do you remember, let's even look back a few months. Let's say December. A lot of people were losing their minds going, Klopp regrets buying Fabinho. He doesn't rate him. He's not good enough for the league. Then we had all the links to PSG, I think, at the time, wasn't it? And a lot of that stuff as well. His missus came out and said it was nonsense. Fabinho said he was happy. And then Jurgen Klopp let the shackles off. Jurgen Klopp started introducing them into the team. And now we're seeing just how fucking good Fabinho is. He's brilliant. Our Brazilian octopus is an absolute superstar. Yes, Craig, Oxlade-Chamberlain got 60 minutes. Thank you. Naby looks so good in the new kit, said Gareth Roddy. Yeah, he does. They do. They all look great. They're fucking professional athletes. Do you know what I mean? They're all in great nick. A couple of people asking about the MANÉ thing. Let me just go through it one more time before we finish up, because I do realise people join late sometimes. So, there has been a story doing the rounds that said it's in El Chiringuito, I believe is the name of the Spanish media outlet, that claimed that Real Madrid came knocking last summer for Sadio Mane, and that the response from Liverpool was, if you want Sadio Mane, we want £173 million or 176 million, one or the other, and Vinicius Jr., value one of them at over 200 million. And basically, Mane signed a new deal and Real Madrid were told to fuck off, basically. Okay, Ryan Brewster, debut versus Huddersfield. That would be great. That would be great, Tom. Absolutely great. Ryan Brewster is going to be a superstar for this team. Right, I don't know if I've done any shouts for this, but look, if you are watching, please do hit that subscribe button, guys. We're heading towards 12k. Can't believe I'm saying that, but we're heading towards 12k this season, in season number 1. Thank you for all your support, but please do keep hitting that button, and of course drop a like on the stream as well. I'm going to put the link into that 888 video one more time as well, just in case anybody missed it earlier on. The video I went over to London to record is, well, the first part of it has been released, so I'll put the link into the chat there if anybody wants to click on it and go over. Please do comment, share it on social media. I don't even care if you call me a bald nonce, just comment on it because it gets it put out there and more people get to see it. I like your merch, Craig. Thank you very much. Connor designs all the stuff. Actually, do you know what? No, fuck it. The fuckum thing was actually me for once. I'm taking credit for that. The fuckum logo was me. But Connor does everything else. And Connor's the one who makes everything sexy. I just tell him, go, Connor, I want that one. I want that one. And he makes it happen. But glad you like it, mate. Thank you. And if anybody ever does want to have a look, the link to all the merch is always in the stream notes. So just have a look there and you'll see the links. We need a new song for Sadio. Yeah, I need something else to sing. I'm running out of things to sing here on the streams. How do you edit your green screen? Again, I refer you to Connor. Connor does all that stuff. We use OBS, but other than that, it's down to Connor, mate. Sorry, I wish I could give you more information. I am a complete gobshite when it comes to technology. Even if there's one thing out of place, I'm ringing Connor in a panic going, Connor, what do I do here? What do I do? This button's saying this, what do I do? And sometimes I just have to give him remote access to my computer and he makes it all better. Do you think Origi will have good healthy competition when Brewster gets in the team? Absolutely. Gareth, on Ryan Brewster, is he going to be the reason Origi moves on? I'd love to know people's thoughts on this one. Origi, it's weird. He's won back over a lot of Liverpool fans over the past season. Of course, the goal against Everton is going to help massively, but I really would like to know people's thoughts on Divock Origi. Do you want to see him moved on, or is he going to be good enough for Liverpool? Iranian Pride, thank you for the stream, Craig. My pleasure, mate. Thank you for joining us. Did I get some dosh for it? I don't think it's really fair to talk about that because Sort of. I wasn't out of pocket, put it that way. But I don't do things for money. I just want to have costs covered. And my costs were covered. And they asked me what I wanted. I told them what I wanted and they were happy. That's all I can say. But I'm not in this for money. It's never been something that I've been motivated by. In life as a whole, money doesn't motivate me. For this, it's about life experiences. And loads of fucking dosh. I'm only joking. I don't care about money. But I want loads of it. Give it to me now. All of it. All of your money. Empty your pockets. Put it on the table. No, seriously, no. They asked me what I wanted. I said, I need this for airfare, this, and this. And it was all covered, which was sound. My only thought on Divock is that he has a massive schlong, said Andre. I changed your word for schlong, mate, because I think I've said big cock Divock too many times, even though I've just dropped it again there. Flash scores. Lumford and Oxlade-Chamberlain aren't available for Sunday. Thank you, Joanne. They weren't available for last night either, so maybe they're just not ready yet. Rafa the Gaffer said, my mind is always racing. I need therapy on May the 12th if we win or lose. I am just so happy that I'm going to be in the city of Liverpool on May the 12th with Connor, with October. I think Kev is coming as well, so the more the merrier. I want to meet up with all of you. You guys, if anybody's in Liverpool, if anybody has a pub in Liverpool and they want us to come in there, do a little live thing around the game, love to do it, even if it's before, after, half time, whatever. If you want the Anfield Agenda guys to rock up, let us know. If not, I want to meet people over there. I want to know how you're all watching it, where you're going to be watching it. Ask them for a double next time, Craig. Do you know what? I might have gotten it if I asked, but as I said, it wasn't about money. It was just not being out of pocket. That's all I cared about. You're a legend. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Mark. I don't take kindly to comments that praise me. It's weird. I feel odd when I see a nice comment. I'm more used to being trolled. We'll go on to double figures versus Huddersfield. 12th of May is my birthday. Please wish me a happy birthday. Of course, Camsy. Happy birthday on the 12th. And remind us closer to the day as well. And if you remind us on the day, if we're live streaming and we see the comment, I will of course wish you a happy birthday then as well. Ask for LFC tickets next time. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Alpha G. What are your expenses, Craig? Nothing. Just want fucking tickets. Give me tickets. Lots of tickets. Yeah, that would be great actually. If you're watching, 888. Next time, just hit me up with some tickets. That'll do nicely. What else we got? You're like a girl because you can never take compliments. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, I think it's an Irish thing, Gareth. I don't think Irish people generally take comments too well. We like to reply to a comment by belittling ourselves a little bit. Like so, for instance, that's a really nice jumper that you have on. Oh, this yoke, I got this in pennies. I mean, it was only a tenner. Do you know that kind of thing? Love the 888 video, Craig. That City fan was talking a load of tosh. Yeah, apparently I wasn't allowed to remind them that they have fuck all fans. I mean, that was childish behaviour according to the City fan. Fuck that, it's true. They don't have any fans. And they will never be relevant. So, I mean, that particular 888 video was the toughest one of them all because it was basically three people ganging up on the Liverpool fan. But do you know what? I like to shout my point across, so it was fun. If we don't win, the mods are going to have sore fingers from banning rivals. Yeah, we're going to get absolutely slaughtered if we don't win something this season. But we're going to win something this season, so fuck it. It's my birthday on the 1st and we play against Barcelona, so I hope we get a win. So do I, mate. And again, happy birthday. Ross Breen, that was. Happy birthday, Ross. Right, look, ladies and gentlemen, I think I live in Crumlin. I know all about Ireland. Good spot as well, mate. Submarine Bar in Crumlin, an absolutely brilliant Liverpool boozer. Excuse me. So yeah, if anybody ever is in Crumlin and Liverpool are on the telly and you want to head out for a pint, the Submarine Bar in Crumlin's a great boozer. You'll never walk along from Chicago. The supporters here are ready for the roller coaster we have ahead. To Jamie Marquez. Welcome, Jamie. Thank you. Always love to know where people are watching. It's going to be one hell of a roller coaster, mate, for these last... What have we got? Potentially 7 games left. 4 in the Premier League. Maybe 3 in the Champions League. Zach said Ajax versus Liverpool final. That would be tasty. That would be lovely, Zach. That would be a win for football as well. Far Isle said, I get that, Craig. People tell me, wow, you've lost so much weight, and I can't blurt out, yeah, but you start off as Mount Everest. I get you, man. I get you, but you have lost a lot of weight, Far Isle, and you are doing fucking great, and you do look great, and I'm so fucking proud of you, and Sabrina and the kids are proud of you, and it was a pleasure meeting you when we were in Florida, buddy. And it was great that we've kept in touch. The swap deal is basically... Madrid came in last summer for MANÉ. Liverpool said we want £173 million and Vinicius Jr. Basically telling them to go and stick it up their backside. Stefty Joe, sorry, I hope that's okay. Or Sefty Joe, excuse me. Right, couple more comments before I head off because I know there's more people that are commenting and I want to try and get through them. Craig liked the fact that you wore the Lucky shirt. They actually asked us to wear retro tops. Which is why I was wearing the Lucky shirt. Otherwise I'd have probably just worn this year's home one, but they did ask us specifically to wear retro tops if we had any. Craig was manhandling that hipster. Look, if there's one thing I think you guys know about me by now, it's that I'm not shy about getting my point across, and I'm not going to be shouted down by somebody. So if I've got something to say, people are going to fucking hear it whether they like it or not. So, but look, the guys were nice that I filmed with. That video, it was about why they don't want Liverpool to win the league. It wasn't decided on by those men. It was decided on by the people that wanted the video to be done. So we all had a part to play. I can promise you that off camera, they were nice people. A special shout out for Expressions though, because he's just a top lad. He's just, I don't know, maybe I've got a bit of a bromance, maybe I've got a bit of a man crush on Expressions, but he's a top lad. It was great doing stuff with him. Lisburn for Zach, nice. Is that Lisburn, County Armagh? Am I right about that one? Even if we come short, this ride on the Klopp has been amazing, said Cape Town Muslim. It really has. It's been unbelievable. Unbelievable. Where have you been in Northern Ireland? I've actually been to Lisburn. I actually went out with a girl that lived in Lisburn when I was younger. I've been to Belfast. I try and get to Belfast a couple of times a year with my wife because we love going up there on a weekend away. St. Paul's Place, Lurgan, County Armagh, I believe was the estate that the girl was from. And I'm going like a long way back here, maybe 20 years. Maybe more than 20 years. Yeah, probably a little bit more. If we get a double, it'll be the greatest team in history. Love your channel so much. Keep up the good work. Come on, the Reds. Thank you very much, Mark. That's really kind of you, mate. They're swapping players like underwear these days, said Rod. I mean, you change your underwear? Surely you just wash yourself with the underwear on, Rod, like the rest of us. City and PSG not winning Champions League is a win for football, said Douglas James Horn. I agree. Money doesn't guarantee success. Damn right. No, Lisbon is the capital of Portugal, mate. Lisburn is in Northern Ireland. Eliza John. Lisburn is, it's in Northern Ireland. Lisbon, spelled Lisbon, is the capital of Portugal. Money Can't Buy Me Love. Now that song's going to be in my head. But you know what? That's a good song to have in my head. So look, ladies and gents, and thank you, Connor Roach, as well. Very kind of you, mate. Gonna leave it there for the night. I will catch up with you all tomorrow, where we will have a proper preview of the Cardiff City game coming up on Sunday. Thank you again for dropping in. Appreciate your time. Take care of your families. Tell your loved ones that you love them. And up the motherfucking Reds.